Spending more money than you gotta borrow from your wife. Not right. Casino. Spending more money than you gotta borrow from your wife. Not right. Casino. It's on the system flow. Make the money, get the dough, rolling more than you know. Hey, casino. Hit the digits, pile a stack. Wanna give the money back. Going, I'm just stating fact. Hey, casino. Spending more money than you gotta borrow from your wife. Not right. Casino. Spending more money than you gotta borrow from your wife. Not right. Casino. Hey. But glued to the chair, got money, you don't care, won't collect the welfare. Hey, casino. Got yourself a strategy, stay all night if you please, you are in the hot seat. Hey, casino. Spending more money than you gotta borrow from your wife. Not right. Casino. Yeah. Spending more money than you gotta borrow from your wife. Not right. Casino. If you're gonna spend some money, make sure it's yours. I said, if you're gonna spend some money, make sure it's yours. Quit spending money that ain't yours unless you pay the bill. I said, quit spending money that ain't yours unless you pay the bills. Gotta get your chips so high, pay your friends, pay your wife, money making all night. Casino. Crap table on fire, all alert, not tired, money, love, pure desire. Hey, casino. Spending more money than you gotta borrow from your wife. Not right. Casino. Spending more money than you gotta borrow from your wife. Not right. Casino. Time to shut it down. You done gone and lost your crown. Gotta leave out with a frown. Oh, casino. Had the money, gave it up. Thought you had a lot of luck. Yeah, broke, now what? Casino. If you're gonna spend some money, make sure it's yours. I said, if you're gonna spend some money, make sure it's yours. 'Cause money's all gone. Hey, money's all gone. Now you're broke. You're broke. Gambler. You're a gambler. Broke, now you're broke. Yeah. You're a gambler. And now you're broke.
Hi, welcome to the Timmy Willis Show. Today you're in for a real special treat. We have a very special guest for you. She is a very talented songwriter, lyricist, poet. She does it all. Brings me great pleasure to bring to you Miss Semita Smith.
Hey.
How you doing, sis?
Great.
Oh, man, I'm glad to hear that. Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, I wouldn't have it no other way. Let me ask you this. Where were you born at?
Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
And what was that like for you? How long did you stay up there?
I was only there, till I was 9,
9?
maybe.
So what was it like for you growing up in Buffalo? Did you run into Rick James at all up there?
No. I don't think I ran into any stars that I can remember.
What was it like for you, though, growing up up to that point in Buffalo?
I remember a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty much it. And it being flat.
And being flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what was it about the art of singing that caught your interest?
Well, you know what? In Buffalo, I did know one star, one artist. Happens to be my daddy.
Yeah.
My father, Lonnie Smith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Lonnie Smith.
Dr. Lonnie Smith.
Right.
Yes. And I believe, well, let me say that he is a jazz musician, the greatest organist around.
Yeah.
Yes. And, excuse me, I think it's in my blood. As far as loving music, jazz is my first love.
Okay.
I love every instrument. I think I started writing at 13, poetry. Then I did my first song as far as writing lyrics when I was 15. I hadn't did anything with it. You know, I sang around the house, listened to a lot of my dad's stuff, you know, and tried to scat and make sounds like every instrument that was playing, you know. But that pretty much was it. I believe it was in my blood. It's just in there. Yeah.
So it was your father, hearing your father's playing, is that what caught your interest as far as the singing part?
We have got to see him, you know, play live. Once we moved here to Pittsburgh, he played at the Crawford Grill a lot. So when he came into town, my mother would take us. And I always dreamt of being up there, you know, with him and being part of a band. I don't know, I love music. I love it. It's my life. It's my passion. I love it. I just, as my dad says, you know, the songs I'll write and write. I can't shut it off. You know, if someone told me that I couldn't do it no more, if I can't write, you know, that we're going to just take it away, you know, no more writing, no more singing, I think I want to die, for real.
I understand that.
I'm serious.
You got a passion for it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, you can make music out of anything. Let me hear the rain dropping, the windshield wipers. I got a song going, or there's some music going on in my head just by that windshield wiping, you know. So.
Well, do you remember the first time that you actually, like me, sang before an audience or something like that? Did you sing in school?
No.
No?
You know what? I was shy. So I never did it. I always sung at home. Nobody knew. My dad didn't even know.
So what was the first time that you sang in front of people? Do you remember?
Church.
That was it?
Joined the choir, yeah.
Okay.
So that was pretty much it. And then I was offered, you know, someone asked me if I would sing for a wedding. And I said, well, what do you want me to sing? Do you want an original, you know, because I have some songs, and that's how it happened.
Yeah.
I did 2 weddings, and I actually wrote the songs that I sung at those weddings.
Okay.
And it was a cappella. So, and people were just coming up and saying, you have a nice voice, and I do. You know, I mean, really, I'm like, I just like singing, but I'm like, I never thought of actually standing up in front of people and singing. All while I was young, I thought of writing, but having other artists do my songs, you know, people that were already out there, you know, the Sade's and Edith Bakers and stuff like that when I was growing up. It's like, I would love to just write and send them, you know, what I had, and they sing it.
Right.
And I just sit back and say, yes.
Yeah.
I wrote that, you know. But I still would like to do that. I'm actually
I believe God meant for me, to step out and do this so that people will know that I write lyrics, and you can give me any type of music and I'll write something to it.
Okay.
Probably within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I will have something. If not that night, I'll have it.
Yeah.
It'll just come to me like that.
So
That's how much it's in me, and that's how much I love doing it. I'm not out to, actually be a big star, but if that's what God has for me, then fine. But I still have that passion to write and help others, with their lyrics. There's a lot of musicians that would love to make songs, but they can't write. And if they're looking for someone like me,
so you got it covered.
hey,
Yeah, yeah.
that's what I do.
Now, the first tune that you did for us, that was one of your compositions, correct?
Casino. A guy named Mike, a producer, I met him through a friend of mine's, Judah Law. And we hooked up together because he heard me. I did open mic to something else, and he asked who wrote it, and I said me. And so he had me listen. We were supposed to lay that track down, and he let me hear something that he had, and I heard that music, and I'm like, wow, I love that. He's like, well, I'm gonna give you a copy. I said, okay. He gave me a couple of other, copies, which there's another one that I'll be doing of his. But I took it home, and I wrote lyrics to both of them the same night, the same day, within like an hour. And next thing you know, he was like, let's do it. Let's lay it down. So.
All right. Right. I tell them young boys, I said, don't let me see you going down to the casino with the rent money in your pocket,
Yeah.
And you came out with that song, man.
Yeah.
It's reality, though.
It is.
But you have another song prepared for us as well, right?
Yeah.
What you got for us next?
I believe, actually, this is called Mental Abuse, and the music for this is my dad,
Okay.
Dr. Lonnie Smith. This is off of one of his albums. I happen to take that, and put some lyrics to it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I believe it was actually a poem of mine, and I just
So it's
start
a Smith,
singing it.
It's
yeah.
a Smith thing, right?
Yeah, it's a Smith thing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Semita Smith coming to you live. All right.
See that door, see that dent, that's the way my head feels, really bent all the way to the back of my brain. I'm in excruciating pain. Yeah. From all the foul language you continue to spill, calling me names, getting your cheap thrills. Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Leave me alone. I have too much cereal in my bowl. The milk is spilling over, I don't want you no more. Gotta put the brakes on, jump off this relationship, cause I don't feel you no more. It's time for me to inhale, exhale, nice and slow. By the time I open my eyes, you better let go, let go, let go, let me go. The relationship is over, don't have me call the cops, nah. Our music was on pause, but now it's on stop. You thought you could keep me as a flame, but I'm better than that, I'm a queen. I'm gonna wait for my king. Yeah. Clouds up ahead of me. It's about to rain. It's rain falling down, hitting me upside my head. I have no rain. What am I supposed to be? It's just rain, just rain coming down. but it's pouring hard, hit me like rocks. Is it hell? Oh, rain, hit me like rocks. It's hell. Hurts. It hurts so bad. Must seek shelter, and I'm mad. When I was a young girl, I was afraid of the storm. I climbed under my bed, cover up my head, and I began to pray just like this. Storms, lightning, Lord, please protect me. I'd be scared, so scared, trembling, just shaking. Oh, so scared. What am I? What am I supposed to bear? It's just rain, just rain coming down, but it's pouring hard, drip, drop, bang, bang, drip, bang. Ouch, my head, it's so rain that's coming down. I can't find no shelter ground from the rain, Lord, help me. It's raining hard, it's raining hard, it's raining hard. Rain.
For those of you just joining us, we're here with multi-talented Miss Semita Smith. Now, those two songs were beautiful. You wrote those songs yourself.
Yes.
Could you tell us about those songs here?
Well, Casino, I happened to be sitting and singing this one. No, I was thinking of making the song titled Blue Magic. And I was actually trying to think of lyrics and see, it doesn't work like that. Not as far as, how I've gotten this gift, shall I say. It changed into Casino. And the words for Casino started to come just like that. Whereas Blue Magic, I'm trying to think of something, But I thought about later on, okay, the casinos are opening. But meanwhile, I wasn't thinking about the casino when I wrote it. That came after the fact, which is pretty weird. Mm-hmm. And the other song, Mental Abuse, was actually a poem. And I thought about, the struggles with relationships and so how some females, have, it's not physical abuse, but mental is just as bad. And it can tear you down. And sometimes you have to get out of it. So I thought about, being in one of those relationships, and the words came out just like that. And matter of fact, no, come to think about it, I was staring at a wall. And I seen the dent in the wall, and that's what made me, actually started off.
Okay.
It was like, see that door, see that dent, and then I thought about the abuse, and I was like, sometimes you really feel that way, like you're beat up, so much so. Yeah, actually, a lot of lyrics come to me, or poems. I don't even know I've written some of them. I might start it out, but then finishing it, it's just like my hand just goes.
Okay.
And I'll turn around and read it. I have cried, like, oh my gosh, who wrote, that's deep, and just like, I wrote that?
Yeah.
But then there's some that I have written, but a lot of times, yeah, and people have looked at me like, what you mean, you wrote it, you don't remember what you wrote? I'm like, you don't understand. It just comes out, and I can lay down at night and all of a sudden lyrics will come, and I've written in the dark and wrote some of it, and then it'll stop for a moment, and I'll try and go back to sleep, and then the rest will come, and I'll write a little bit more, and then I'll lay. Then another whole song may come, and I'll start that, so I carry a tape recorder with me.
Okay.
Where I sing into all the time if something comes, and I have started like maybe 5 songs in one day. Finished like 2 of them, then had to go back to the other ones. I've cried out sometimes, please make it stop, because it just would keep coming. And I go from one song to the other, to the other. So I happen to have my tablet here, well, one of them.
That's
this
one
is
of them.
Filled with a lot of lyrics and
Okay.
poems.
Yeah.
It's just ongoing.
Well, so writer's block is not a part of your vocabulary, obviously.
No.
Well, can I ask you, what moves you to write? I mean, does something have to, you have to experience something, or or do you just sit down and say, well, today I'm going to write a song about such and such?
No.
Or does it have to be like an experience that you motivates you to write?
You know what? I don't think I've ever said I'm going to sit and write a song.
Okay.
It's just happened. I can hear some music, and all of a sudden, lyrics will come. Or it might be, I have a friend of mine that said that they didn't write. They called me with a title. And I said, okay. I got off the phone with this person, and I wrote a song off of a title. And called them back 45 minutes later, said, it's done. And he's like, you're kidding. I said, no. He's like, can I hear a bit of it? So I started to sing. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to pull out the rest of them. He gave me maybe like 8 more titles. The next day at work, I had like 3 songs done. No, I did 1 more that night, 3 more the next day. So I can even go off of a title, it's weird. As far as my poems, I'll write, even with songs sometimes, if I see something going on, that'll inspire something, and I'll just write it down. It'll be in poem form, but some of my poems I have turned and made into a song because I've heard somebody else's music, and I'm like, whose is that? And they're like, one of the producers or something, they're like, nobody's, you want it? I'm like, yeah. I have some lyrics to that right now. Matter of fact, one of my producers, I told him, that's my song right there. That's my music. He's like, what? He's playing something, and I just start singing. I'm like, oh my gosh. I grabbed out my book, and I'm like singing. I said, that's the music for my song. He's like, you're kidding. I said, no. That's actually my music right there. So he gave it to me. But that's how it works.
Well, I tell you, you truly are your daddy's child, man, because the way you do that music. And I'd like to say to you, Dr. Smith, you probably don't remember me.
Hi, Daddy.
But I ran into you. You were performing up at 145th and Broadway at Calls Off the Corner, and you actually let me sit in and actually play with you. So thanks a lot.
Wow.
Had to put that out there to you. Okay, now let me ask you this. Now, I know you are multi-talented, and you also do some acting. Can you tell us about that?
Well, it's nothing big, but I've been doing a little acting, as far as church. And now I'm working with a youth program. And I've been helping them out. Actually, I have did little skits, you know, and one small play with them. I came on board with the youth program to help them with writing songs and singing, because there's a lot of kids that are interested in singing or don't feel that they can write. And some of them do have it deep inside of them. And all it is putting down your thoughts. And if you love music and you're humming songs in your head, you take your words that are personal to you and put it to that melody or that beat, and you got yourself a song, all your own. And I love kids, you know, because it's just, you know, I mean, they have something deep inside of them that they can put down on paper and express, but nobody wants to hear. You know, take that moment to listen to them. But I have sat with some of them, and they told me, you know, their fear of the things that's going on out here, you know, as far as the killing, the shootings. That can be songs. That can be poetry.
Right.
You know, so I'm looking to help them, you know, in that area, so that they don't have a situation where they're sitting at home like I was. When I was young, I wrote all the time, but I was shy. And like I said, my dad didn't know that all of that was in me. My mother didn't really know. I was sitting on all these lyrics, all these poems, and nobody, you know, knew. Nobody pulled it out of me. You know, if somebody heard you singing, you know, it's like I hear a child singing, I'm like, hey, you know, come here for a minute. You know, I'm gonna ask them. Is this something that you do all the time? Do you write? You know, oh, I don't know how. Well, you know, I can show you. You know, but I don't want it to happen to someone else, where your whole life is just wasted, you know, and you're sitting there sitting on a gift. Nobody should be sitting on their gift, period. You know, you're meant to, you know, have it out there. That's why I thank you for having me on like this.
Well, you're welcome, but I know you got a gift, and would you like to share some more of that with us?
Yeah.
What's the next song you got for us?
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, you got one.
You know what?
Though.
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise?
Yeah.
She got
Let's
a
put it down.
surprise song for us. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready, because she coming right at you. Miss Semita Smith, live in 3D.
Here we go again. You coming after me. Keep coming. Time and time again. Keep coming back to me. Keep coming. Rolling through my mind. Rolling through my mind. Rolling through my mind. Rolling through my mind. You keep coming, going back again. In and out my life. In and out my life, in and out my life. Keep coming, you keep coming, going back again. In and out my life. Precious times that we both share, not thinking about feelings. I'm right here and you're right there. Our souls are just not being. I say something you don't hear. What's the sense in talking? You act like you just don't care. And once again you're walking. Here we go again. You coming after me. Keep coming. Time and time again. Keep coming back to me. Keep coming. Rolling through my mind. Rolling through my mind. Rolling through my mind. Rolling through my mind. You keep coming, going back again. In and out my life. In and out my life. In and out my life. Keep coming. tell you, hardly ever show it. In my mind I say, oh well, but I don't want to blow it. Bid my time and take a chance. Our love will keep on growing. You just keep on saying in your mind, and you just keep on rolling. Here we go again. You coming after me. Keep coming. Time and time again. Keep coming back to me. Keep coming. Rolling through my mind. Rolling through my mind. Rolling through my mind. Rolling through my mind. You keep coming, going back again. In and out my life. In and out my life. In and out my life. Keep coming. You keep coming, going back again. In and out my life. Tired of your back and forth. I love you, want you near me. Think about it, make up your mind. You staying or you leaving? Sit right down, let's talk it out. Stop bringing so much strife. I got time and ain't going nowhere. I want you in my life. Here we go again. You coming after me. Keep coming. Time and time again. Keep coming back to me. Keep coming. Rolling through my mind. Rolling through my mind. Rolling through my mind. Rolling through my mind. You keep coming, going back again. In and out my life. In and out my life. Keep coming. In and out my life. Keep coming. In and out my life. Keep coming. In and out my life. Keep coming.
For those of you just joining us, you are missing it again. We're here with multi-talented Miss Semita Smith. You know, it was a beautiful surprise song there you gave for us.
Here we go again.
Yeah, let's tell us a little bit about that song and how did you come about composing that one?
Relationships, breakups, the makeups, the breakup, the makeup, and of course, I had to look at it as maybe it's me, you know, that I don't know what I want, or maybe I just feel that it can work and I need to give it another try. You know, I think everybody's been there, you know, one of those two things. So you break up with a person, then you feel, no, maybe I should try it again. You get back with them, then something happens, you break up with them again, or they break up with you, then you get back together. So I thought of that and made the song and titled it Here We Go Again. It's like back and forth, and
again.
a lot of people have been through it.
You know, to solve all that, man, just get married.
Oh, let's not go there. I don't want to talk about that one.
That's another show?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now, I understand you're a poet now. Do you have any poetry for us today? Could you share some with us?
Let's see. What's in the goodie bag?
You got the goodie bag there.
Yeah, I got the goodie bag here. I can find something here for you.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I didn't say hi to my family.
Yeah,
I
because
love
you're also a mother.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 children, and love them dearly.
Are any of your children following your footsteps in music?
You know what? Yeah, one of my sons is actually, he's in a group. He should be performing at the Shadow Lounge.
Oh, really?
Soon, you know. He's producer too, and he calls himself Black Righteous.
Black Righteous.
Hi, Black Righteous.
Black Righteous, you out
Whichever
there?
camera we on.
Yeah, you on
and
camera.
my youngest daughter, it's a shot of her. Her name is Lisa Smith.
Okay.
And she's a model.
Oh, yeah, man?
Yeah. And
Oh, Lisa Smith.
yes.
She looks
We're
like
trying to-
Hollywood here.
Oh yeah, she
Lisa
wants
Smith,
to act,
Hollywood,
and she's
y'all.
looking for. Yeah, we looking to get that screen.
That's one thing. They didn't have to tell Beyonce twice.
Oh man. But yeah, we're looking to get out there, in Hollywood. But okay, I have one here for you.
Okay.
I have entitled this one. It says, "Flex bone, relax quote, stress in action, all they wrote. Tension, release a bit, scream a while, no, just a minute. My frame is hard, like a brick wall, I'm a falling star. Got hot water, let it hit the body, give me a meltdown, oh la-di-da, la-di-dee-da-da. Campfire skin, it's burning, all on the outside. Now cool it down, cool it down. I feel it run, I feel it go."
Okay.
Yeah, I think
All right.
was feeling a little something like inside
Mm-hmm.
where you're hot, cold, you're stressed, you're just teetering, you're not relaxed completely, but there's a lot of things going on within you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that one came from. I
Yeah.
had another great one, but I can't seem to, oh, no, that's not it. Sorry. But I wanted to explain, I have LL on my arm,
Mm-hmm.
and my family, we say LL to each other. We don't say goodbye. My youngest was leaving to go to school. This was some years ago, and I said, "Okay, see you, bye." And we both turned our separate ways, and we stopped. And she said, "Mom," I said, "Yeah." I said, "Wait, that sounds final, doesn't it?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "I'll never say it again." So I said, "I love you. I'll see you later." And as the years went on, we shortened it to "love you later."
Mm-hmm.
Then we shortened it to LL.
Yeah.
My mother says it, my sister says it, my nephews,
Mm-hmm.
we have everyone saying it. And she has a tattoo. My other daughter has the tattoo. I have the tattoo.
Okay.
2 other family members have to get it. But we figure, we have it here.
Mm-hmm.
So when we die and they cross your arms, this will stand out.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "I love you, and I'll see you later."
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Touching.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people try to say, "I love, LL," and I'm like, no, that's a family thing. It really means I love you, So,
Right.
we throw that word around like, I can say I love you, but this is a whole totally different thing. It's like that deep love,
Right,
So,
right.
yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your CD.
Oh, well, I am putting it together at the moment. We're into like, I guess they have 4 or 5 songs
Mm-hmm.
done up, but there's plenty more. I think I have like maybe 4 albums worth of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like just getting it together and just going in the studio and doing it, lay it down, I would like to get with the right people as far as, music, because like I said, some of my lyrics, they don't have any music to it.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it's like in my head, I just sing it, I have the melody, going, and I can get a musician, if they're great, they'll just go off of that. As a matter of fact, there was a guy, Brian Watson, he's a guitar player at Pentecostal Temple. I happened to meet a young lady, and she had a paper called Rejoice, and she was looking for somebody to write a jingle. I met her at work, didn't know her from, anyone, but I was like talking to her. I said hi, and she said, "You know what, I have a paper, and I'm trying to look for somebody to write." And I said, "You know what, I write." And she got to telling me what her paper was about, and when she left away from me, I stood there and automatically start singing, and thinking, of the lyrics. I went home, sang it on my tape recorder, messed around on the keyboard a little bit, but I couldn't come up with nothing really good. She wanted it upbeat, so I took it to church with me and let Brian listen to it, and he put the music to it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And we laid it down. It was great. So, in saying that, I need musicians.
That's what that was my next question. You're not singing with a band right now?
No, I'm not with a band, and my dad said I need to get with one because I guess the way he's heard me sing in my style, which I'm versatile. I can sing whatever, and hip hop, rap, jazz, and as I was joking with you earlier, if I had to go country, I would.
Yeah. I mean, that's
But
versatility.
it's I can write for any occasion or anything. But I would love to get with a band.
Okay.
Because like I said earlier, having this gift of writing and sitting on it is just not cool.
Right. Yeah.
When I can be singing in some of the clubs somewhere, and letting other folks enjoy what I enjoy up here, and on here.
Yeah, so you hear that out there now. You got this gold mine sitting here, so how can people get in touch with you?
Semita Smith at yahoo.com, or you can give me a ringy dingy at 412-628-1971. Okay. That's 412-628-1971.
All right. Now, do you have another song prepared for us?
Why, sure. I know the title of this one.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it to myself.
You're going to keep it to yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all ready? Here she comes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Miss Semita Smith.
Oh, yeah. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Say we all go through trials and tribulations sometimes, where you want to give in and give up. But that's not how you want to do it. Nuh-uh. Listen here. When you fall, dust off, look to the sky. Yeah. When you fall, dust off, look to the sky. Don't get depressed with the heart of stone. Don't give up yet, you're not alone. Said you come too far to give up now. Get up, reach up for higher ground. 'Cause when you fall, dust off, look to the sky. Yeah. When you fall, dust off, look to the sky. Said you gotta keep your head up. Said you gotta keep your head up high. Said you gotta keep your head up. Said you gotta keep your head up high. When you fall, dust off, look to the sky. Yeah. When you fall, dust off, look to the sky. Said you gotta keep your head up. Said you gotta keep your head up high. Said you gotta keep your head up. Said you gotta keep your head up high. Dust off, baby. Dust off. Dust off. Dust off. You gotta dust off. Dust off. Dust off. Dust off. You gotta keep your head up. Dust off. Keep your head up. Dust off. Dust off. Dust off. Dust off. Dust off. When you fall, dust off. When you fall, dust off. Dust off. When you fall, dust off. When you fall, keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Be alright. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Be alright. Dust off. Dust off. Dust off. Dust off. You gotta.
You know what? That was also another beautiful song. Appreciate that.
That's what it was titled, Dust Off.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You know, you got a good heart too. And I was looking on your website, and I've seen that you do some volunteer work too as well. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Nursing home. I used to be a nurse aide years ago, and I miss it, believe it or not, and I miss the elderly, helping them. I like helping people, period. If you're someone who can't help yourself, if I'm there, I'm going to help. So I figured, why not volunteer? So even my mother thought it was kind of nuts. She's like, you're actually going to go back to the nursing home and volunteer without pay? I say yes. And it makes me feel good. I haven't been there in a while, lately, but I have like 2 patients that I have been given. One, she can't talk to me, but she tries, and she speaks with her eyes and her touch, and it just makes my day. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Beautiful.
Now, what about the female club that you're involved with?
I felt that, well, when I was growing up, I hung around guys a lot. I didn't have no female friends, that I hung with. I played basketball with the guys. I shot pool with the guys, So I figured it traveled all the way into adulthood. And I only had like 1 female best friend. But as far as hanging with the girls, having a girls' day out, girls' night out, nope. And I feel that we women do need to stick together. So it was put upon my heart to go ahead and get this group together, and I titled it Deju because it stands for This Ain't Just You, because we all go through something. And like a lot of females, you don't want to share, even with guys, there's a lot of guys, do the same thing. They don't like to hang with other guys, they'll share with a female before they will with their boys, or hang with them. So I think we should get out of that, and support each other and encourage each other. So I figure get some females together that's positive, and they can meet at my house, and because it's new, we're just starting it, so we're meeting like once a month right now, and then maybe it'll grow, and we can sit and talk about whatever's on your heart. We of course are going to eat,
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But
I knew there was a catch in
yeah,
there.
gotta feed them. But yeah, we'll take it from there, and hopefully it'll grow. That we, if you need someone to talk to, you have this group to talk to,
So hanging out with the girls was unspeakable for you.
It was.
Well, let's talk about unspeakable.
Oh yeah, the unspeakables. When you asked me earlier about how did I get into singing, my first time singing in front of folks, I mentioned the church, but through the church, I happened to come across, got to see a group called the Unspeakables, in which my pastor's wife was involved with. And I enjoyed them. And she said, well, you sing, you want to be a part of it. And it's a lip sync group. So we actually lip sync to other people's songs, so it's much like acting, we wardrobe change and everything.
Okay.
And I love it. And I was able to do that without being, I wasn't afraid or nothing, I just like, I can do this, So being a part of that got me really comfortable with singing in front of folks. So henceforth, now I'm doing what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yes,
Well, I know you have such a strong passion for what you do, such a strong passion for your singing, that you had open heart surgery.
Oh, yeah.
And before that happened for you, you was experiencing a lot of pain, but you continued to sing.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about that?
Once again, singing in the choir, and let me go back. I had a heart murmur since I was real young, and I was told that it was really unusual one. You could hear it really well, so every time I went to the doctors, they had everybody come in and listen to it. That's how strong it was. But I was told that at some point I probably would have to get a valve replacement, So I lasted out for a long time until I started having pains as I sing. When I sing loud, the pains would, start getting stronger. And this one particular weekend, I didn't go to the hospital right away because I needed to pass out some flyers, through the neighborhood. And then the Unspeakables needed, the founder, he needed someone to perform, and I'm one that can't say no, so I was the one that said yes, and I prayed and asked God to just let me get through that. And then the next day I wanted to go to church, so I went to church, and I was directing a youth choir at that time. And after service, I asked the pastor, you know, I let the church know that I would be going in the hospital. And I already knew once I went there that they were going to keep me and they were going to do the surgery. But yeah, another thing I have to say, my daughter, Lisa, she was a big part of me going on and getting it done, because she said, Ma, you have to go. If you don't go and you die, I'm going to want to die. And to hear your child say something like that, you know, because you don't know when there's something wrong with you, and a lot of people can be stubborn. I still am at times, you know, when there's something aching me and paining me that I should go get it checked out, I'll wait.
Wrong.
You know, I have to do this, I have to do that. You know what I mean? And it's like you have to think about your family, because you can't just think about yourself, because you're hurting them. If something happened to you seriously where it's going to put you on your deathbed and you're about to die, it's going to kill them also. So I love her for that. I love you, Lisa.
Yeah.
I love you, Dad. I love you, kids. all of you, Mom. Hi.
Well, I tell you, I really, really appreciate you coming on. I really enjoyed you, man. I enjoyed your
Oh,
singing.
thank
I
you.
enjoyed talking to you. Enjoyed your poetry. It was just an enjoyable occasion.
Oh, you know what? Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
You know, when I said about my dad not knowing, you know, that I sang and wrote like this, that's because he traveled so much, you know. And it's that when people find out who my dad is and that he's touring, he has albums, you know, and all this, well, you're singing, and how come, you know, your dad doesn't help you? I never wanted to ask my dad. I didn't want to use him like that, you know, and there's even stars out there now, you know, children of celebrities, and they'll say the same thing, a lot of them, you know, they don't want to ride their parents' coattail, you know, like that. So that's what I have to say on that, you know, in case somebody's listening and watching this show and will wonder, you know, okay, well, yeah, I've heard that name, Lonnie Smith, and I know his. Well, how come she's here? Because I'll get asked that, well, what are you doing here? You know, it's not like that, you know. So.
Yeah. Well, it was the same situation with Natalie Cole. It took a long time for she would touch any of her father's songs, you know, because like you are, you know, she wanted to, you know, not ride upon his coattails as well. Yeah. Well, it's time. It's time to get with Dad now.
That's why my name is AKA, well, Semita AKA Time.
Yeah.
T-Y-Y-M-E.
Right, right. It's time.
Because it is time.
Yeah, it's time for you and
time.
Dad to do something.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm going to
You
be
hear that,
looking out
Daddy?
for it. I'm going to be looking out for it. And I'd like to say right now, Dr. Smith, thank you for Semita, man. You did a beautiful job here. So anything else in closing? Anybody else you want to give a shout out to or anything like that?
You know what? I already said to my family, all my children, my mother, my father, I love you. And my producers, Mike, Dana, and my son, Black Righteous, thank you, thank you, thank you. And keep doing your thing.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining in. Like I said, you never know who you're going to see on the Timmy Willis Show, so keep tuning in. Until next time, Miss Semita Smith, beautiful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
See ya.
Thank you. Peace.
When I was a young girl, I lived on Skid Row, and I long for my father. I miss him so much. I long to see him. All these years have gone by. I sit and I cry. Ooh, Father, where you been? I long to see you. have gone by. I sit and I cry. My father and I, we were so close. I talk to him every day at most. But I be missing him like all of the time. Can't help but think about him all of the time. My heart and soul is always on my mind. Like when I love you, Daddy.